If only we can always find the strength to face the things we are most afraid of, we would realize that some of those things that worried us so deeply are eventually going to turn out to be our strengths in future. Ndewono, my people, join me as we continue the story of the abandoned child. The scar on Nwaneka's back has led Queen Ojugo to believe that Nwaneka is a long-lost daughter whom she had as a young girl out of wedlock and had to abandon her. She was so worried about how to let Igwe Okwudili know about this, only to realize that Igwe Okwudili was actually eavesdropping on her conversation with the prince. And on hearing all of this, Igwe Okwudili opened up to say that he was actually the person that took advantage of Queen Ojugo when they were younger, which led to the pregnancy and birth of Nwaneka. Queen Ojugo was stunned by the king's confession. She had never imagined that the father of her lost child was Igwe Okwudili. Together, they realized that Nwaneka was their daughter, the child they both thought they had lost forever. The revelation brought a mix of joy and sorrow. They decided to tell Nwaneka the truth, hoping she would understand and forgive them. Nwaneka, meanwhile, was unaware of the storm brewing around her. She and Nnoloma sorrowed deeply for the misfortune that had befallen them, the fire disaster on their farmland. They knew they were going to lose everything now that they have no means of paying Ichie Onyema. They both cried their eyes out, wondering what the future holds for them. As they were crying, two palace guards walked into their compound, informing them that the king requests their presence at the palace the next morning. The next morning, Nwaneka and Nnoloma arrived at the palace. The air was thick with tension as they arrived, sensing the gravity of the situation. Nwaneka, Nnoloma, please sit, the king began, his voice calm but firm. There are matters we need to discuss. Nwaneka felt a knot form in her stomach. She glanced at Nnoloma, who gave her a reassuring nod. They sat down, their eyes fixed on the king. Queen Ojugo revealed something important. Igwe Okwudili continued. It concerns Nwaneka's past and the scar on her back. Nwaneka's heart raced as the king recounted Queen Ojugo's confession. Tears welled up in her eyes as she realized the implications. She turned to Nnoloma, who looked equally stunned. Nwaneka, my dear, Nnoloma whispered, her voice trembling. I never knew. Queen Ojugo stepped forward, her eyes filled with sorrow. Nwaneka, I am deeply sorry for everything you have endured. If you truly are my daughter, I hope you find it in your heart to forgive me. Nwaneka felt a wave of emotions crash over her. She looked at the queen, then at Nnoloma, the woman who had raised her with such love and care. I don't know what to say, she stammered. Igwe Okwudili placed a hand on her shoulder. Take your time, Nwaneka. This is a lot to process, but know that we are here to support you, no matter what. As the gravity of the situation settled in, Nwaneka realized that her life was about to change forever. How she would navigate this new reality remained uncertain, but one thing was clear, she was not alone. Udoka stormed out of the palace, his heart heavy with a mix of anger, sorrow and confusion. Nwaneka, equally devastated, sought solace in the comforting arms of Nnoloma, who was herself struggling with the truth of her adopted daughter's origin. Meanwhile, on the next Eke market day, as the news of what happened in the palace was on everyone's lips, some were shocked, others sympathetic, and a few skeptical. As the days turned into weeks, Prince Udoka became increasingly rebellious. He refused to speak to his parents and isolated himself from everyone, including Nwaneka. The village elders, recognizing the gravity of the situation, decided to intervene. They called for a special meeting, inviting Prince Udoka. The meeting was held in the village square, under the shade of the ancient Iroko tree. Elder Amadi, the oldest and wisest among them, addressed Prince Udoka directly. "Udoka, my son, we understand your pain and anger," Elder Amadi began. "But you must understand that traditions are the backbone of our society. Nwanneka is your sister, and our customs do not allow a queen to be older than her king. You must find it in your heart to forgive your parents and accept Nwanneka as your sibling, as even if she were not your sibling, you cannot even marry her, being that she is older than you." The elder's words began to penetrate Prince Udoka's wall of anger. As he felt a flicker of understanding, he realized that the only way forward was through reconciliation and acceptance. Meanwhile, Odera and her brothers faced the consequences of their heinous acts. The Council of Elders decided on a punishment that would serve as a powerful lesson to the entire village. First, she and her brothers were flogged openly in the market square, although Odera received fewer strokes of cane because of her gender. Following the flogging, Odera was to walk alongside her brothers to rebuild the farm they had destroyed. Additionally, she was to spend 6 months serving the community by helping the elders and the needy under the supervision of the royal guards. The punishment was not just about labor, but about learning humility, compassion, and the value of community. As Odera toiled under the scorching sun, dealing with the shame and mockery she faced, she began to understand the weight of her actions. Her resentment melted away, replaced by a sense of remorse and a genuine desire to make amends. With the help of King Okudili, Nnoloma was given new farmlands, along with some other benefits. Ichi Onyema, feeling very sorry for the wicked acts his children committed, decided to forgive Nnoloma's debts. As the months passed, the bond between Prince Udoka and Nwanneka grew stronger, not as lovers, but as siblings. They supported each other through the emotional turmoil, finding solace in their newfound relationship. Together, they worked on various community projects, their synergy bringing positive changes to the village. Nwanneka, with her innate grace and leadership, began to play a significant role in the village affairs. She organized festivals, initiated educational programs for young girls, and worked tirelessly to uplift the less privileged. Udoka, inspired by his sister's dedication, focused on agricultural development, ensuring food security for Umudim. One sunny afternoon, while Udoka was inspecting the new irrigation system, he met Adanna, a spirited and intelligent young woman who had recently returned to the village after studying agriculture in the city. They bonded over their shared passion for farming and community service. Adanna's vibrant personality and vision for sustainable agriculture captivated Udoka, and they soon found themselves falling in love with each other. Simultaneously, Nwanneka's path crossed with Chidi, a renowned medical doctor who traveled from village to village on medical missions. Chidi was drawn to Nwanneka's strength and resilience, and Nwanneka found solace in Chidi's calming presence. Their connection deepened, and love blossomed between them. The village of Umudim buzzed with excitement as preparations began for a grand celebration. Princess Nwanneka was officially welcomed into the royal family. The event also marked the official reconciliation of the royal family and the community. On the day of the celebration, the village square was adorned with colorful decorations, and the air was filled with the aroma of delicious food. The villagers gathered in their numbers, their faces glowing with happiness. Nwanneka and Udoka looked out at the joyous crowd. They had journeyed through pain and discovery, but they have emerged stronger, each of them now blessed with a new soulmate. The celebration continued long into the night, with music, dance, and laughter echoing through the village. Nwanneka and Udoka, once star-crossed lovers, had found their true places in each other's lives as beloved siblings and had also found love and happiness with Adanna and Chidi. And so, the story of Princess Nwanneka and Prince Udoka became a cherished tale in Umudim, a testament to the power of truth, forgiveness, and the enduring bonds of family and love. This is the end of the story. Thank you very much for watching. Please consider subscribing to this channel as it's a way of supporting what we are doing. It is certainly free from your end and we would appreciate it a whole lot. We love you as always. Remain blessed and prosper in all you do.